Okay, so I'll be showing how to create product attributes, attribute values, and how to assign them to a product. So we go to Products, Attributes, and here on this page we can create an attribute. To do this, we just enter its name. The slug is created automatically, but it must be no longer than 28 characters. This means that name of the attribute must be no longer than 28 characters, because when slug is automatically generated, its length is equal to the length of name field. If it's longer, it won't let you to save the attribute, and it will return an error, and you will have to manually change the name and slug, or crop it manually, because it doesn't automatically crop it. It just tells you that there is an error. Of course, it's not comfortable, but it's native core WooCommerce behavior, and it can be modified without modification of core WooCommerce files. And that obviously would make it incompatible with future updates. So I guess we'll have to live with this limitation somehow. So you enter the name, shorter than 28 characters, and you just click Add Attribute button, and the newly created attribute appears in this table. You then click its name, and you get to the page where you can create values for this attribute. You do this same way. Enter name of the value. Slug is also created automatically, and it seems that here we don't have limitation, but anyway, it shouldn't be very long, because slug, as long as value slug, as long as attribute name slug appears in both appear in URL, and URL has length limitations. That's why they shouldn't be long. Okay, so after when you enter the name, you skip everything else. Description and image are not shown anywhere at the moment, and you just click Add New button, and new value appears in this table. That's it. You don't have to click this link, it just opens a value edit page. So you just create the needed amount of values, and we go to products. We now need to assign attributes and attribute values to the product. I'll select test product now. Product 2. So when new product is created in WooCommerce, it has a simple product type. And if we want to create product variations, we should select variable product type, then go to the attributes tab here, and add the attributes that we want to assign to this product. So I add, for example, this one. We now see the attribute block, and what we have to do here is to check this checkbox to be able to use it for variations. And we have to select values. It can be only one value, but for our project I think in most cases there will be more than one value, because if an attribute has only one value, then there will only be one variation of the product. And obviously in this case we don't even need to create variations. So I will now assign 2 values for this attribute, save it, And now we'll add other attribute. Also check this. And also add two values to it. This all can be different number, and of course it's just for example. So after that I click Save Attributes, or I've already clicked it, I don't remember. Okay, now we go to Variations tab, and we can either add variation manually. In this case, you see here's a variation line which allows you to select values for this variation. So this is manual mode, or you can do it automatically from all the attributes and attribute values. It will create all possible combinations. So it added 4 variations. That's because we had 2 values in first parameter, attribute, and 2 values in second attribute. So you see, here are 4 variations, and they are not duplicating. They are not repeating each other. You see, at least one parameter is different from others. Okay, so after that, in our project, you would want to add SKU for each variation. So, for example, it's something like this. For each one. And also, here it says that variation price is required, but I've modified with the filter so that it doesn't matter. I think in this project we don't have prices for products, and so they're still showing even without a price. So what you only would want to fill is a SKU field. Okay, so after that, I'm saving changes and updating product. Of course, this maybe will be done automatically in import, because doing this manually is a bit crazy. Okay, so I'll go now to products page, and here's our product 2, which is showing just its SKU because it didn't have any attributes previously. Now I'll refresh the page. And we see here 4 variations with 4 SKU codes. Displaying correctly, I think. So this is all concerning adding attributes, attribute values, and assigning them to product in manual mode, of course.